Ah! Perfect.
That was clean.
I need to move this. I feel like it's... Oh. Hi. Welcome back. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa.
Okay. You're doing it now, okay?
Okay.
Is that good for you guys?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Hello again, my frisky friends, and welcome back to another episode of Rambling about things I read on Reddit.
I wish I wasn't packing up my stuff from the place that I learned to love you. I wish I had never given up on all the compositions of our tunes. Now I'm singing till 4 p.m.
I'm your host, Brandon Amore,
And I'm your co-host, Ronnie Rand.
and we now have a returning cast member of the RATIROR cinematic universe. She's notorious in my brain for loving mulch, wearing teeth jewels, and owning large bags and platform shoes. Everyone give a warm welcome to Is Issa Shoot the Messenger Queendom.
I'm really happy. I would like to clear the record. I don't love mulch. One time, Brandon sent me a DM saying, "You seem like you would love mulch." I said, "I don't know where you could have got that from. I have never said I like mulch."
Are you sure about that?
Well, I feel like you'll all notice that there's some differences in our setup at this very moment. Maybe it's that the bad bitches are in the exact same room as each other now. I flew in on Monday, and before I went to sleep, I could tell I was getting sick.
Oh?
And you know what? I think it's really fucked up that every single goddamn time I come to visit, something crazy happens. First time I came, I had the craziest sty I've ever had. Another time, I nearly got hired for a pyramid scheme. And then there was a gas leak in Ronnie's car. And now I've been sick upon arrival, but I'm better now. But that's also so horrendous. Like, please give me a break. Let us just hang out.
For real.
Actually, I know why that happened. An evil witch put a curse on you.
An evil bitch? Who? Debbie?
Whom's this?
She told me I can't say, but you do have to answer. I have the question right here, actually. Can I ask you it? If you answer correctly, you'll never get sick. Nothing bad will ever happen to you when you enter the state of California?
The state?
The SoCal part of California.
The SoCal state of California.
Are
Yes.
you ready?
Okay.
Okay. I apologize, this is not mine to claim. But you're at a meet and greet, and the room for the meet and greet is sectioned off from the other people in line. When it's your turn to go in and you meet Dan and Phil, Dan pulls Phil in and kisses him. He then looks at you with a smirk and says, "They'll never believe you," and laughs. What do you do?
Trick question. I was secretly recording the interaction.
Okay, she says that's not the right answer. You might get sick when you come back.
Nice one. Nice one.
I
Yeah.
had a recording device in my pocket.
Sneaky.
Sneaky. Did you like it when we played Clancy when you were walking in? Clanky? Clanky! Clanky for the clinky.
I love. Okay, when I walked in, just so the audience knows, they were playing Next Semester, and I want to say that I did show my roommate's cat Buffy that song, and I don't think he liked it. I really like it though, so I was very happy to hear it when I walked in. But it's okay. He said he just needs a second listen, and I said, hey, you know what? That's
Everyone needs a second listen.
Everyone needs a second listen. I said,
So I get it.
that's fine.
Literally
I
start
totally
fresh
get
next
it.
semester.
Literally, they literally
like
said
I'm saying,
it.
I'm
They literally
saying.
said it. They literally said it. So
that's the point of the song. So
Yeah, so basically the universe hates us and dislikes us and is upset that we're besties and punishes us for spending time with each other. And to that, I say, fuck you, universe. We're literally just trying to hang out. And what's wrong with that? And during Pride of all months.
oh yeah, I
Literally.
did have an insane allergic reaction for about 2 weeks. So yeah,
Yeah.
that did it's been a Pride month.
Was it the nuts?
Maybe, but it also could have
no.
been something in my Pokeball that I'm very convinced it still was.
Oh no.
I don't know. That's for me to find out, and for you to find out on the next podcast episode. Okay.
Anyways, we're back, and I felt like doing a special edition episode. Today, we're going to have a full Rambling with the Redditors episode.
oh,
So grab...
so different.
So grab your fedora,
Oh God.
start calling your friends princess, and get ready to say, actually, because we're feeling extra frisky and brown today.
Oh my God.
I'm scared, dude.
Well, it's just literally petrified right now.
You kind of started that off the way like Perry the Platypus would have like loved that one. Grab your fedora and tell your friends, "Hey, princess."
Hey, princess.
Hey, princess.
Oh, my ankle cracked too. I clapped my feet, and then my
Click.
Clanky.
princess.
Clanky. Clanky.
Kissed.
They didn't kiss.
By the way, we also watched the Paladin Straight music video.
Oh,
They didn't kiss. They didn't kiss.
They didn't kiss.
They didn't kiss.
kiss.
Talk about disappointing.
I wanted them to kiss.
I wanted them to kiss so bad. Our first stories are a few is a compilation of a few, and this was put together by the Travel Channel.
Okay.
Okay. Good job, Travel Channel. Who wrote this? This article was written by Beth Braden.
Okay, Beth Braden.
Okay, BB.
Okay.
The first one is, it wasn't a little girl. I was camping with my husband and his family at a small remote lake in New Mexico. There were about 10 people in our group and another group of 6 people in the next campsite. It was nighttime and both groups were doing typical activities, making s'mores, having a few drinks and telling us stories, when we all heard what sounded like a little girl yelling out for help. Neither group had children with them, but we were all positive we were hearing a little girl and decided to search the area we heard the noises from together. There was a field behind our campsites, and we all saw a very tall, pure white figure standing maybe 100 feet away from us in the field, making the noises. We all agreed this thing looked like maybe 6 feet tall, skinny, and white as can be. We made our way closer to investigate, but whatever it was that we saw started backing off as we got closer, and it disappeared into the trees. All night, we continued to hear a little girl calling for help as we tried to sleep.
So as soon as I saw the white figure, I would start packing. I would start packing my stuff and we're leaving.
I raise you this. What if the 6 foot tall white figure was Keith Habersberger of Try Guys fame?
Of Try Guys fame.
Notorious of eat everything off the menu.
He was eating
menu.
He was eating everything off of the forest menu.
He was eating
Yeah,
everything off of the forest
forest
floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a different, like...
Keith eats everything off the forest floor.
Yeah, it was like... They wanted to eat the menu a
It's
different
a new
route.
thing. They're trying to explore different paths now that Eugene and the other ex Try Guy are gone.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
Trying to
that
I think
one.
that's what I would attribute that story to.
Yeah.
But yeah, like did they leave? Like what was the like? Because
Yeah.
if I was of sound mind, and I see this, and I ask my other friends who are of sound mind questionably, and I'm like, hey, do you guys see that ghost right there? And they say, yes, I do. I wouldn't stay. I think I would leave.
No, I don't think it was a ghost that they saw. It was like a fully fledged, like just overly large, like tall,
That's
skinny.
Entirely worse.
Like,
That actually makes it
that
so
is
much
actually
worse.
that's even
That
worse.
actually made it worse.
I wouldn't even ask you guys if you saw the figure. I would just leave.
Literally.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
No, we're leaving immediately.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
No,
backing
no
off
backing,
into the
it's-
forest.
What do you mean?
It was backing off.
They said,
But it was still there.
but it was still
Yeah,
I'm backing off too.
I'm backing off by leaving the premises.
I'm all the way out.
Never see me
I
there
will
again.
I will literally never be there ever again.
Or I would also ask him a few questions. I would sit him down and be like, do you want to talk about why you are here? Do you have a home? If not, would you like to come to dinner with us? We can pay for you. It's totally fine. And if you need a ride home, I'm willing to offer that. I think I would also maybe say that to him as well.
I would also ask if he wants to discuss the political and economic state of the world right now.
They didn't kiss.
They didn't kiss. Okay, this next one is called The Walking Dead. I'm a psychiatric nurse, and early in my career, I worked at a residential mental health facility. One of our residents was an elective mute, which means that he didn't/wouldn't/couldn't talk, but there were no medical reasons as to why. He had spoken earlier in his life, and in fact seemed quite normal back then, with the exception of being close to 7 feet tall. He'd been raised in the Deep South and joined the military when he was 19, but one night he vanished. He was declared AWOL, and eventually he was declared missing and dead. 10 years later, a 7-foot-tall man walked into a VA hospital emergency room in my part of the Midwest and said to the receptionist, "My name is Marion Duchenne," not the real name. Okay, nice filler name, thank you. And I've been dead for 10 years. Those were the last words he ever spoke. He was covered with dust, and he was wearing the same clothes he'd been reported to be wearing the night he vanished. His social security number had not been used, and he had no identification on his person. However, they were able to identify him, I guess via fingerprints. The family was notified, but they said they had already grieved their lost man and that whoever was claiming to be him simply could not be. They demanded not to be contacted again. Marion paced all day every day, moving his mouth that looked like talking or muttering, but no sound came out. He had an unnerving habit of throwing his head back with his mouth wide open as if he were laughing heartily, but not even a breath could be heard. If I talked to him, he appeared to listen, periodically throwing his head back in that laughter-mimicking way of his. Various medications were tried, but they did not affect him either positively or negatively. Occupational therapy did nothing because Marion would just grin, and unless told to stay put, he'd get up and start pacing again. On my last day at the job, the last thing I saw was Marion pacing in the parking lot, throwing his head back to laugh. Later, I wondered if all along I'd been dealing with a ghost. All these years later, I still don't know.
No, because he walked into the hospital. So there's
No, I know he's a patient.
Yeah. He's
I'm
a
like-
person with feelings. What do you mean?
Okay, so you're just saying that at your job, you were being ableist and got scared of someone who was probably not of not fully
sound
there
mind.
consciously.
No, exactly. If he's been dead for 10 years. Also, I don't understand his family being like, we've already been through this. Like, I don't want to I don't want to bother with it.
You couldn't just look at a picture or
because
something?
If he went missing and was declared dead, was there a body or something for them to think that, and for them to be like, that can't be him, we buried our son or whatever.
I think it's just after a certain amount of time they just assume that.
I know, but then if someone comes back and you can identify that person, I think that's so crazy.
Yeah.
That's not, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's not reasonable. It's not rational.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay, bad one. Anyways, the unrest stop. I was driving across the country with my mom and sister when I was 16, and my sister was 20. It was late, but we were well rested and still alert. We were driving along an interstate and needed gas and a bathroom break, so we stopped at the only rest stop in 200 miles. There was a van full of teenagers on a road trip at the gas station, as well as a small gray, a small,
A small gay.
a small gray car.
Best,
small
thing you could have said.
A small gray car parked at the pump in front of us with two young men standing still outside of it. A small gay car.
Small gay car, two young men.
Hello? I think the GoPro stopped recording video.
It's okay.
It's okay. We can still make it go again. I don't know how long it stopped recording for, but that's okay.
Hey, that's fine.
Welcome back. I can't just put filler thingies there. The where
can I
were
get,
we?
sorry,
The small gay car.
Can I get one small gay car with two men beside it?
We'd been on the road for we've been on the road for days and seen many rest stops at night that had never been afraid until then. My mom and sister went outside until I stayed in the car. I heard the teenagers say they were creeped out and couldn't get the pump to work, and they left in a hurry. I was watching the car in front of us, and the two men had not moved at all, not an inch. They weren't talking. They weren't on phones. They were just standing there, still as stone. Ew.
Okay.
My sister and mom came running back out to the car, and when they got in, the two men slowly turned to look at us while not moving or pivoting the rest of their bodies, and I swear to fucking shit, we all saw the same thing. They had dark eyes, pitch black and empty. Not
Ew.
Oh, wait. Not black, not reflecting any light at all, just kind of like a void.
I actually hate that.
We sped out
I liked
there.
it when it was just still the small gay car.
We sped out there and didn't stop until we were in the next city. The worst thing about the entire experience was that we couldn't find the place on any map. We knew exactly which spot on the interstate to look, and we couldn't find it on Google Maps or any paper map we had. We even asked locals about the creepy gas station out on that stretch of road, and we only got confused looks. We've traveled on that interstate since, and there's no rest stop.
Okay, so how was their car still working then? I'm confused.
Right?
Because if they got gas,
Yeah.
then like, because if they got gas, right? Like,
I mean, if a car has gas and you turn on the car and then you press on the gas.
I mean, they probably just like barely made it. They probably also, depending on when this was, maybe they were smart about stuff and actually had like extra gas inside of the car just in case.
You know what? I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe this is the 1800s. Cars are new. Cars are gay apparently, and they have two men beside them. So
Yeah.
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 And the two men are always satanic.
Oh,
They're just black void. No, not black, just dark voids.
Nico picture.
Nico picture,
Oh,
Nico picture, quickly.
sorry. Okay, hold on. Sorry, this is. Oh, two
Come
cats
on.
kissing. Nico, daddy is not happy. I think this is who's responsible. For audio listeners, this is a picture of the dude from Twilight.
R.O.
Yeah, and it says on his head, "Daddy is not happy."
Literally unhappy right now.
Unhappy.
Literally.
Are we ready for the next one?
Yeah.
It came for us in the graveyard.
Oh.
We were driving my friend's really old beat-up Subaru through a massive graveyard. We stopped and walked down a hill and came across a little pond. There was something sitting on a rock on the other side of the pond. The figure was all black and we couldn't make out any features other than the fact that it looked like a man who was wearing some old-style top hat. We stupidly waved and shouted hi. He didn't show any acknowledgement and continued sitting on the rock. All of a sudden, he jumped to his feet and started running to us on the surface of the water and then vanished into thin air about halfway across the pond. My friends and I screamed and ran back to the car. The car wouldn't start and we heard something banging on the back of the car. It was a constant bang, but every few seconds or so we'd hear it. Oh, it wasn't a constant bang, but every few seconds it would happen again. Nobody was outside from what we could see in the dark, but something was making the noise on the car. I opened my phone and started dialing my mom to come give us a boost, but I had no service. None of us had any cell service.
Of course.
The next 30 minutes were spent trying to get the car started. No banging was heard afterwards, but we felt this heavy pressure around us. Finally, the car started, and she hit the pedal... She hit the pedal to the metal.
I want you to hit the pedal
to the metal.
Show me you care. I want you to rock me. Rock me. Rock me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We sped out of the graveyard so fast, and as soon as we crossed the gates of the graveyard, all of our phones regained cell service. One thing I know for certain is that someone or something was out there, and it was not an animal or a human.
Okay. First question, what were they doing in the cemetery? Were they like mourning someone, or was it just like kiki out near the graves? Because like I'm not okay. If you're one of those people that just goes to like cemeteries and kind of loiters, what do you expect to happen?
Like I would haunt you away too.
Right? Like I'm trying to sleep here. I'm trying to sleep. And you're over here like I don't know.
Dude, imagine something coming out of a grave and doing karma, like doing the karma dance at you until you leave. Like you're by yourself in the graveyard.
It's gonna be Bob the drag queen for sure.
Oh my god.
I think that would be comforting. Because what if you're in a cemetery and like a ghost like kind of like all of a sudden like it's not. You don't see any ghosts, but you see, like, a pop-up screen, and it's all actually, like, the ghost doing the JoJo Siwa dance, and the only way to get out of the cemetery
is you have to do it, too?
Yes! You have to do it, too! You have to do it really good. You have to get hit, like, great, awesome.
Like you do in Just Dance.
Yes!
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
No, yeah. So, if that happened, that'd be really awesome, but as the story says, that did not happen at all, so
Death came for him.
Death did what for him?
I was standing in my parents' room talking to my very sick dad at the time. He was dying of stage 4 esophageal cancer. I got the feeling something was behind me. I looked towards the doorway and in the living room, and something about 6'4", and a fully black shadow figure was peeking around the corner with its hands on the door frame.
Ew.
I ran towards it.
What?
Why? Whoa. That's absolutely
That's kind of awesome.
Absolutely not.
It slipped back around the door. When I got outside the doorway, there was nothing. My dad was completely confused. When I step back inside the room, when I tell him, people who stayed at my house in my dad's final days claim to have seen it. My mom saw the figure on multiple occasions in multiple places until he passed away. We haven't seen it since. I don't know what possesses me to binge read Reddit true/real life ghost stories about twice a year when each place I live always has some kind of resident spirit. Okay, thanks for telling us that last part.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Dude, that's crazy, actually.
I hate that, but also, like, why'd you just scare it off?
That's kind of awesome.
You see it, you're like, rah! And it's like, ew.
Is every ghost 6'4"?
No, for
What are
real.
they
Why are
trying
they
to
always?
prove?
Why are
They're
they
always
always tall?
So tall for
They're
no
always
reason.
tall.
So like,
Taking up all the space and for what?
it's always like it starts out with like it being a child in some capacity, and then
does
all of a
that
sudden
mean
being
I'll be
6'4".
tall in the afterlife? Okay, wait.
Oh, that's so much scarier. Ew, Big Ronnie is scary.
Oh, Ronnie.
Big Ronnie is scary. I'm so
Tall
scared of Big
Ronnie.
Ronnie.
I don't think I would run towards a ghost unless it was Ronnie's, because Ronnie would actually try to beat my ass in the afterlife. If Ronnie died before me and I see a like, how tall are you?
5'2".
A 5'2" ghost at like and I see like a 5'2" shadow, I'm playing boxing. Like we're gonna square up because I know that's you. But other than that, I don't think I would run towards it.
Yeah, no.
I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't think I would want to either.
Also, their dad wasn't dead, right?
No, not
so
yet.
It's like, oh, they think death came for him. Oh!
Yeah.
Oh.
It was Death being like, hey.
Oh. But like, why was he visiting like the family? Why was he
Just
like
double
kicking?
checking.
Like,
Let's just
dude.
double checking.
He was waiting for everyone to finish saying goodbye.
He's like,
I know, but could he not like?
he's like, are you done? like looking through the door
like,
and
could
then
he
coming
not,
back.
Like stay outside maybe just for a little bit. Like
Sit in the
couldn't wait
chair,
till,
do a
like-
little crossword.
yeah, like I mean, like they're grieving, like they're right there, and you're
You
kind of
couldn't
like,
crochet or something
like
No, I'm literally
over on the
saying,
side.
make him a little sweater or something.
I know. Get him ready. Get him
Really
comfortable.
inconsiderate.
Like,
Okay,
Anyways.
this one is called My Mother Attracted Evil.
Oh.
After my parents divorced when I was a teenager, I lived with my mother. I experienced lots of paranormal happenings. Several times when I was reading in my bed, the room would start to feel really icy. Next, it would feel as if something or somebody that was really upset at me was staring at me. When I got that feeling, I would leave the room and come back an hour later. Sometimes during the day, I would see a shadow figure sneaking along my bedroom walls.
Ew, bruh. I would start planning how to get the hell out of this house.
yeah.
Something in the flat was pretending to be my
In the
dog.
flat?
In the flat.
Was pretending to be my dog.
Oh.
Oh wow.
I went into my room and heard a deep growl from under the bed. My dog wasn't capable of making a noise that deep. It sounded like either a really, really, really big dog or a man that was doing his best dog impersonation. Other times, my dog would whimper and pace in the room next to mine, but wouldn't come in when it was called, as if it was afraid of something in the hallway. When I moved in with my father, the paranormal activity stopped.
That's...
So like, but what did her mom do?
Nothing.
Like, dude.
Like she just lived with it.
The mom just kind of brings that vibe to the function, like, I
Mom's
guess.
a mood killer, dude. Like it's kind of screwed up. I don't know. Couldn't have named it anything else, like demon in my flat. If we're gonna be British about it, then like,
Mom
let's-
attracts evil. That's
also,
it.
it's not even like mom attracts evil. I don't believe
thought-
this.
I
No,
thought-
it didn't even
I don't
relate to the
believe
mom.
this
I
one.
thought like she was like did something or something
It
like
didn't.
that.
It didn't relate to the mom at all.
She just happened to be there.
Whatever.
Okay, that's just a kid coping with divorce, which is like understandable.
Your demon is divorce.
Your demon
That's what
is
you were
divorce.
seeing.
That's what you're seeing.
You know the thing that your dog was scared of in the hallway? Yeah, that was your mom. She was just divorced. Like,
That was your mom testing her like dog impressions in the living room.
and then like
You being spiteful about
like
it.
sometimes she would just hide under your bed and be like,
That was her crying. She's coping with divorce, and you're
Like,
being a
come
total
on.
dick about it, dude.
Like they signed a prenup, bro. Like she did not get much.
evicted by a ghost.
Literally, see what I mean?
Shortly after college, I got married. We immediately moved into a basement apartment because that's all that was available within our budget. This place had a poltergeist, and my wife was terrified. Whatever residents,
too.
Same.
whatever resided there with us made it clear and what?
Look at the notification.
Jimmy Jury steak. Hashtag ad. But that sounds fire. That sounds fire though. I like got distracted because it sounded fire.
No, because chimichurri. Chimichurri. Oh, chimichurri.
Really good.
You know that song? I don't. That's all that I know from it.
Padam.
Well. Oh, dishes, glasses, and other items would fly off the shelves. My wife was hit several times.
Oh.
There was an ominous feeling like we were being watched constantly. At night, when we walked through the apartment in the dark, there would be bright flashes of light that would illuminate the room out of nowhere. One night, while we were going to bed, as soon as my wife and I walked into the bedroom, we heard a voice from nowhere say, my name, and then it said, move. My wife looked at me, I looked at her, and I said loudly, you got it. And I said loudly, you got it, bud. We moved out 2 days. We moved out 2 days later.
Good.
And stayed with my family.
Good.
The old lady who owned the place died a few months later, and the house was torn down. It is still an empty lot to this day, nothing but grass and a tree. I still drive by it every now and again. Don't.
Well,
you don't need to be
knock it
close.
off.
Yeah, maybe take the long route or something.
Like, literally take the scenic route, bro.
But, like, okay. The one thing also is that, like, it's good that these people get out of this house, like, get out of these houses or, like, out of these spaces. But, like, if you don't have the means to, which, like, some of them definitely can't, then I feel like you should go to, like, a priest or something. Someone who has some kind of credential in the spiritual world, which are, you know...
Contact the Vatican. I know that they have their, like, League of Exorcists.
Yes!
That's an actual thing.
Yes!
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know they're not called the League of Exorcists, but it's cooler to call them that.
That's their names now.
The Vatican Cinematic Universe of Exorcists.
I love them.
I
Act like a
them.
they, them.
Look like a
She, her. Talk like a he, him. Party like a Caesar.
Party like Caesar. The Death March. My dad used to work as a corrections.
Okay.
Okay.
My dad used to work as a corrections officer at a rural prison. He drove the perimeter of the property for his entire shift, where he would check empty buildings for runaway inmates. It was generally a boring job. One night, my dad was parked on a hill reading a magazine when he started to feel a thumping in his body. Your heartbeat? Anyways,
That's like loud.
Running away.
he described it as the feeling when you hear speakers playing with really, really heavy bass. Okay. He put the magazine down and checked his rearview mirror where he saw someone outside the truck. He grabbed his pistol and jumped out of the truck with his weapon drawn. Outside the truck, he realized it was a procession of Native Americans walking through the truck and directly through his seat, only to disappear in the exact spot that he was sitting. He said it was clear they were ghosts because many of them appeared injured. This went on for a few seconds, then the whole procession disappeared. He called the other perimeter guy on his walkie-talkie to explain, and the other guy almost immediately stopped communicating. Turns out the other guy had seen this happen before but didn't believe in ghosts, so he wouldn't talk about it.
What? That one's like interesting. Cause like, where was he? Yeah.
Great question. Redditors don't share enough information.
I know. I feel like.
Well, I know it's supposed to be anonymous, but still, you couldn't like add some of the
But like,
deeds?
if you're not giving your name, you can give.
You can get a lot of
something.
stuff.
Give
Like, I don't know.
a state.
Wait,
is
this
like,
is in a prison. Is that?
It was while he.
It's a rural
It's
one,
by
so-
it's by a prison. Yes.
Interesting.
Hmm.
I don't know. I just feel like seeing like the one thing that's throwing me off is like seeing like multiple ghosts, like how like a whole like
A whole
group.
procession.
A whole procession.
A whole
That just
procession.
seems like insane. I feel like if someone were to see that, like I know I would probably pass out. I feel like I could not like believe my eyes. I just feel like
And then it starts walking into your car and through your car.
yeah, like that's like
It kind of look like
kind of
a video game glitch when they're like, guys, there's no clipping into the car.
It would happen when I put the CC in my Sims game.
In the CC.
and then the Sim go to the CC.
That's literally so true. The demon's room. No.
Yes!
I worked as a forensic nurse in a hospital's lockup unit. We had one older lady who swore she was being haunted and abused by a demon she would call Tiberius. Oh. Wait.
Girl, where the...
Wait, what is this like Hallmark movie ass
What are
like
these
demon
names?
name?
No, like Marianne Tiberius.
So many crazy things happened while she was on the unit. We'd go into the room, do normal care, leave, and seconds later she'd start screaming bloody murder. We'd run into the room to find her looking like she'd been in a fight with a boxing champ. Bloody lip, black eye markings all over her body.
Hello?
No one ever saw her doing this stuff to herself, and things would get moved around in the room by themselves. At one point, she was in protective restraints because the doctor thought she was hurting herself, and there was no way she could have moved or done anything to herself while in these restraints, but new marks would always appear or on her tray or cart. Or her tray/cart would be across the room. The room was secure, so there was no way someone else was doing this. When we asked her questions, she'd just say it was Tiberius. After she was
Where did you get
discharged.
the name? Oh, I hear her. She hit the wall.
She hit the wall. Oreo! Oreo! That's Tiberius.
She takes...
Oh, okay, right.
That's just Tiberius, guys.
Tiberius.
She takes a while to get over here.
After she was discharged, we always had trouble with that room. If there was going to be a rapid response or code, it happened in that room. One night, a guard reported the lights blinking on and off. It was that room. What's this next story?
That one's just interesting because of the name. That one is strictly interesting just because of the name. Like, imagine, like, you see, like, one of your, like, patients, like, you walk in and, like, her cart is, like, thrown against the wall, and you're like, dude, why would you do this? And she's like, it was Tiberius, I swear.
Like, next time I do something that I get in trouble for, I'm just gonna be like, it was just Tiberius.
Hey,
like, it was just Tiberius.
It was Tiberius, I swear. Like, I wouldn't lie about this.
Are you guys ready for the next one?
Yes.
It's a surprise. This one's a surprise.
Let's go. Okay.
This was posted by you/unhappy marzipan7911 3 days ago.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for not letting a pregnant woman have any of my birthday cake? Okay.
Also, it sounds like she just went into the kitchen. So we'll worry about that later.
Oh, yeah, no, go ahead. What did you have to say?
No, I said I think it sounded like she went into the kitchen. So we'll worry about that later.
Oh. Oreo, did you use the restroom? Hopefully you didn't.
She probably did. It's the only reason why she goes over there.
Yeah. My birthday was yesterday.
Tiberius told her to.
And my husband invited his best friend, Matt, and his best friend's pregnant girlfriend, Jane, out for a barbecue. They lived 2 houses down from us, and it was only us. It was only us, our 3 children, and them there, and their 3 kids. I spent about $90 on hamburgers and hot dogs. Matt also showed up with 2 pounds of hamburger. While the guys cooked, I went swimming with all the kids in our pond. Jane sat near the guys on her phone. Around 5:30ish, the guys called the kids up for food. Me and my middle child, who was 9 years old, weren't hungry yet, so we kept swimming. We spent a good 40 extra minutes on the pond. In the pond on our tubes. I wasn't paying any attention to anything that was going on near the grill. Around 6:15-ish is when my husband said that he was going to make a store run for beer. So I tell my son that we should probably go eat now. My husband and Matt are gone by the time we get up to the grill, and so is Jane. When we get up to the grill and all the food is gone, we get up to the grill and all the food is gone. Literally everything. I call my husband and ask him where all the food is, and he said that it should be on the grill. I tell him that everything is gone. There was a long pause before he goes. Jane asked if she could take some for leftovers, but I didn't think she would take all of it. He then tells me there was at least 8 burgers and 10 hot dogs left, as well as macaroni salad when he left for the store 10 minutes prior. I tell him to call Matt and see where the fuck all the food is. He does. He then calls me back and says that Matt claims Jane only took a few and they had already been eaten. But my oldest son, who's 13, straight up tells me he saw Jane walk off our property carrying the entire dish. One of those extra large tin foil barbecue dishes, like...
No, I'm picturing it. I'm envisioning.
Anyways, I'm pissed at this point. Me and my son hadn't eaten anything. My husband is also pissed, but he just grabbed me and my son something from the store instead of making a huge fuss. I don't really blame him. Him and Matt work together, so it is what it is, and you don't want to make a situation bigger than it has to be. But anyways, much to my surprise, Jane and her kids come back over 45 minutes later and ask if they can have some of my cake. I tell Jane that her kids can, but she can't. She asks why, and I say, I'm pretty sure you've eaten plenty considering you took off with my entire barbecue dinner before me and my son could eat anything. She tried arguing that my husband told her she could have it, and that half of it was hers because they brought 2 pounds of hamburger meat, and that she didn't realize me and my kids hadn't eaten. She was beside the grill the entire time, by the way. I just shrugged my shoulders and walked away. She tells her kids let's go, and they leave without cake. Now I'm feeling like I may be the asshole. No one has said anything, but I know there's tension. Boo-hoo. I personally think that you don't have to be friends with her anymore, because if you were going to complain that much after only bringing 2 pounds of meat, 2 pounds of meat is not $90. Yeah. Like, you could have tried to have a little bit more of an equal contribution to the party.
No, literally.
True.
Like,
especially if you're going to take everyone else's food home.
No, yeah, like when someone says, like, offers you leftovers, that doesn't mean you take everything.
Like, you can take everything if they're just like, oh, no, they're literally going to throw this away, take it. Like, you should...
Yeah,
like, that.
yeah.
Then you can take it. But, like, when it's very clear that the party isn't over, why are you taking stuff for leftovers? Because you don't know what else anyone's going to eat.
No, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Throughout half of the story, I forgot that we were doing an Am I the Asshole? And I thought it was, like, something evil, and I was like, why does the hamburger meat matter?
Just like
so
the hamburger
much?
meat is going to get us.
Take the hamburger meat, and then I realized what we were doing. But I think I also agree, and I think it's even funnier to be like, you took, but I did. To be like, you ate all this food, I'm not giving you a slice of cake. Like, dude, just like, it's not that serious.
No, yeah.
Like, you guys are like friends, like, I don't know. It's like, did you have to get that mad about it? Could you not take your son to, like, In-N-Out after or something like that?
Yeah.
You know, like, it's not the worst thing to ever happen. I don't think you had to reject a pregnant woman cake.
Where was
also-
the pregnancy mentioned?
No. But the thing is, why did she leave with her kids? Like, and take all of the food and then come back and be like, hey, can I have some of the cake? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, you already left.
That's so funny.
Like, just get food. Like, I don't know. Or like,
Happy birthday.
you save so much money on not contributing food to the party. Just buy food for yourself. Like, and also you stole the food. Just eat that.
Yeah,
Literally.
yeah.
I don't know. Like, you can buy a dessert for yourself instead of just coming back
Right?
and mooching off of their entire kitchen, basically, at this point.
No, literally.
Like, it's crazy.
Kind of redonkulous.
Redonkulous. Literally redonkulous.
Go.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
U/few setting 4917.
What?
Interesting. 3 days ago. This was posted by that person,
Oh.
that user. Update. Am I the asshole for leaving my sister's wedding early after her maid of honor humiliated me in her speech? Hey, this happened a few days ago, but it's been a busy week for me and I was a bit hesitant to update. I went to see my parents with my well, this is an updated one and I don't want to read it because it's going to be confusing because I don't know what the first part is.
Okay,
It's a lot of effort to find the first part.
No, that's so real.
So true.
Am I the asshole for bringing up the fact that my friend is on food stamps after she ridiculed me for shopping at the Dollar Tree?
Yes!
And this one is posted by u/conscious-wheel379. For context, I mentioned buying groceries at the Dollar Tree and she said, that's gross. So I said, well, I don't get food stamps, so... That's so mean!
That's so rude!
And honestly, I love Dollar Tree. I can go get cleaning supplies, granola bars, breakfast sandwiches, and little cereals for a fraction of the price. I'm not ashamed to shop there at all. My friend brought up that their food is gross, but I've been grocery shopping with her. She's got 3 kids. She'll spend $200 on 4 cases of pop and junk food. I could have been a whole lot nastier, but I bit my tongue. That was pretty nasty, honestly.
No, that was that was pretty
I feel
nasty,
like
bro.
she's making it a lot worse for herself in this.
No, yeah, like
Really
you would
nothing.
probably
Instead of
like-
literally instead of saying that, you literally could have just been like, well, you know, you could actually benefit from going there.
Like
That, like if you're gonna be mean, like at least like don't be like
also, yeah, I also kind of want to hear like her friend's tone, because like what if it's just like a joke, like ew, gross? Then it's like, ain't that serious,
it's not
babe?
that
It's not that
serious.
Yeah.
Serious.
And I feel like in general saying Dollar Tree food isn't the best is fair.
I would say so.
Like it's fair. Like you can fully make meals and do fine off Dollar Tree, but it's not gourmet.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a lie.
But it's also okay if you like it. Like it's
Yeah, to each their own.
Literally.
you were gonna live and die on the hill for Dollar Tree. Like what?
No, for real. Like, was it really that serious?
No.
This is our question.
Mm-hmm.
This one was posted in r/am_I_the_asshole_relationships by u/apprehensive tie 1931.
Apprehensive tie.
Am I the asshole? My friend is having an affair. We plan to tell her husband.
Okay.
I've known Anna, she's 38 years old, since we were in high school. We are part of a group of 5. Now we hang out as families and for Christmas and birthdays and Easter, etc. It has been like this for over 10 years. My partner, Greg, who's 39, is friends with Anna's husband, Darren, who is also 39. Anna recently told me she's having an affair with one of their family friends, who was also Darren's sister's ex-partner.
What?
At the time, I remained non-judgmental and supportive. Once the information set in and I realized how disloyal and gross the whole situation was, my sense of justice and moral compass came into play. Darren is a good man. Anna says he is a wonderful father and husband, but she just doesn't feel the connection with him anymore despite faking it the last 6 months to keep her secret under wraps. I knew keeping this from Greg may backfire on me. If he found out, I also hid the secret, so I told him. He's shattered for his mate, and it is eating at him. I've told Anna that Greg knows. She's pissed at me for the betrayal, expecting me to take it to my grave. She knows they're catching up soon, and Greg plans to tell him. Anna has not asked for a separation because they have an overseas trip coming up in October. She has told me financially that she can't leave, keeping in mind she regularly gets expensive treatments like Botox and taking roids to have her look her best.
What?
Literally exposing the shit out of her right now.
Literally.
We want to tell Darren about her affair in 2 weeks. Will we be the assholes?
No.
I'm gonna say yes, actually. And here's why. I am so... Well, okay, I guess it is a group of 5, but, like, I'm so ride or die for my friends. Where like, what's that one post you sent me that was like, if my friends have like 8 hoes, then I got 8 hoe-in-laws or something.
I got 8 brother-in-laws.
Yeah. So like, I mean like, I guess it is. I forgot that it's like a whole friend group. So like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But like, if you were closer with Anna, then I would say yes. If y'all kikied like that, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just like, I think always take your friend's side. But that's just because I don't know. Maybe that makes me sound like a terrible person, but I don't really care. Yeah, I don't know. Also, like going out on your friend like that, being like, well, she does Botox and like takes roids, like.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's no reason to go that far and also expose them that much on Reddit. I also don't know if you're using their real first names.
Yeah.
But it's weird and wonky.
Yeah, I think as the situation is, I think it is good that you tell him. But also before the trip, I'm concerned about the trip.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Please update about the trip, guys.
I hope he can still enjoy it.
I hope he can still enjoy it, guys.
Guys. Hey, girl.
I know.
Hold on, I have to sneeze.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Her butt is wet, so I know she peed.
Oreo definitely used the restroom in the kitchen, so we're going to clean it after this, guys.
But she's
Thanks
feeling
for
better, and that's what's important.
yeah.
Real.
It's
okay.
Okay. Wait, hold on. This one was okay. Well, the user is too long for me to be able to see what it's u/GIR. That's all that I got.
Okay.
Dot.
Grr.
My uncle left me a shifty little bar in his will. Something followed me home. My bar is no stranger to. This is not. Am I the asshole anymore? This is
Okay,
scary.
now we're back.
I just wanted to put those in for fun skis. My bar is no stranger to weird happenings, but the one I'm planning on telling you about today might have been the one to leave the strongest impression on me. Well, maybe not the strongest, but it's definitely in my top 3.
He's really struggling to get out. Sorry.
The day in question began very pleasantly. There was a good amount of people coming in to grab drinks, but not enough for it to be stressful. Everyone was in a reasonably good mood. Even May wasn't giving me any snark that day, whoever May is. Now with
May.
now with everything being this nice and easy, it felt like that day simply had to be shaping up to be something bad. You just can't have that much good luck all at once, not with an establishment like this. So, let's just say I was wary, though. I wasn't sure what to be wary of. Okay, why are you being so dramatic? Like, you just had a bad start to your day. Like, that doesn't mean it's going to be haunted.
Hoover horror.
After cleaning, we all sat down to watch some TV, which we do quite often after closing, by the way. Okay. The bar spirits aren't always on board. Sometimes they only want to get up, work, and then go back downstairs right after. But occasionally, they do like spending time simply hanging out. I'm pretty sure Mac used to encourage them to relax as well. And I really want them to have as much... I know! I like what you're
talking about them like as if we know them.
Like, you didn't even introduce them to us.
Like, yeah, by the way, we do watch a lot of TV, just so you know. Like,
okay, thank you for sharing.
Okay,
okay, God.
like, okay,
whoever Mac is. Mac used to encourage them to relax as well. Mac was just like, just relax. And I really want them to have as much free time as they used to have when he was still around. Maybe even a little extra. I've always wanted them to loosen up. The 4 of them had pulled up a bunch of our cushioned chairs in a spot they could easily see the screen from, and I was lying sprawled out on the bench behind them. As uneventful as that day had been, it had still left me exhausted. I was only half awake as I decided to take a small nap, but from where I was lying, I could see in the corner, I could still see the counter and, of course, my employees. And through my tired, hooded eyes, I saw a bottle on one of the upper shelves move. Okay. All that lead up or nothing. I squinted, too lazy to raise my head and almost certain I'd imagined it. The shelf was just... The shelf I was watching was holding some of our most expensive drinks. We'd normally lock them away at night, but we hadn't done so yet. There were just 5 of those bottles, and Andric... Why? You need to introduce us to people before just dropping their names. And Andric had neatly placed them in at the exact same distance from one another to really bring out how good they looked. So the middle one, the one that had been shifted, now stood out. Okay? The longer I thought about it, the more I wondered whether I was actually just seeing things. It took all my strength to keep my eyes open just a little longer, but I managed to monitor the shelf long enough to see another bottle move. This time, the one on the far left. Puzzled, I pushed myself up. Hey, did you guys see that just now? I murmured, clearing my throat. Saw what? Danica said. Who's Danica?
Who are these people?
Swiftly glancing back at me over her shoulder, I groaned and raked through my hair with my fingers.
What is this?
There's something wrong behind the counter. I think those bottles up there, they moved on their own. I quickly wiped a bit of the drool from the corner of my mouth.
What?
Okay.
Imagine he goes behind the counter and it's just Anna Kendrick doing the cup song.
I got my ticket for the long way. Andric. Danica.
Andric.
Is there any chance you were dreaming? Andric asked, not looking away from the TV. No, and I'm sure you don't mind that our fancy bottles you love dusting off so much aren't standing exactly 6 inches apart from each other anymore. It's 7 inches. Andric slowly rose from his seat.
How did she remember this entire conversation?
I don't fucking know. A confused frown on his face. You're right. That's not. His voice trailed off. He made his way behind the counter.
Ooh, that's not.
and was just about to reach for the shelf when suddenly he stumbled. It was almost like he'd been pushed by some sort of unseen force. I swear I could see his belly bend just a tiny bit, like somebody had rammed their arm into him. Andrew gasped, but quickly caught his footing. He stared at the spot he had just been standing in utter disbelief, and then looked over at us again. Don't move, he mouthed.
Don't move.
I froze in place, my back pressed up against the wall, eyes flitting over to the others. I found that bow. Who the fuck is Bo? I found that bow and the 2 girls who were sitting just as still as me. I shot Andrew a questioning look, but he appeared to be focused on something else. He seemed to be scanning the small space around him before slowly backing off towards the door to the back room. He pressed himself against it, still looking alert. He gave us a quick nod and a wave of his hand, like he was motioning for us to come over towards him. One by one, we hesitantly got up and made our way behind the counter. Not losing a single word, Andric opened the door for us, and we hurriedly slipped inside. He followed right behind us and pulled the door shut, until he finally found the light switch. We all stood huddled up on top of the staircase in the pitch black. When the light came flickering on, I let out a sigh of relief. Bo spoke up first, his voice barely more than a whisper. What's going on? Julia, you were right. There's something in there, or someone. I'm not sure. I can't believe it got past me. I swear I would have noticed normally. He sighed. Oh God, I'll never watch TV again.
Okay.
Wait, what's out there? I ask him. That's the thing. I don't know.
It's a
I can't see it
slasher.
for some reason, but I sensed it when it was moving around there next to me, and when it punched me, of course. Hello? I turned to Bo.
Of course.
Can you go out there and take care of it? He usually handles all matters of security. Andric answered in his place. It's not good going up against something you can't see. It's either using some kind of cloak or spell or... What the fuck?
Okay. Whatever you say.
What would be even worse? It's strong enough to disappear without any help. Both ways, it'd be best to help for.
Yes.
Then what do? We can't stay in here. I don't want it messing up the place. I hissed.
Okay.
Okay, this story is 10 chapters long.
I feel like.
Oh, you're
my
actually
God.
joking me. And what has happened? Aside from the fact that, like, she was like, what was that? And I said,
Okay, let me see if there's something at the end that summarizes anything.
TLDR.
TLDR. TLDR, guys.
TLDR, got scared.
TLDR.
We watch a lot of TV.
We do watch a lot of
In the like, why? Like, I was reading it, and then in the middle of it, it started feeling like I was listening to someone be a DM for a D&D game.
Yes, yes.
Because I was just like, oh, this is interesting. Now we have dialogue.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
Too many characters. I'm gonna rate this story, even though it's not finished, like a C minus.
I don't want to finish it.
A C minus because like it was just too much dialogue, no introduction to any characters. I know that you lock up your alcohol at night. So does that mean that you break it out every day to show it off to no one and then put it back in? I'm not gonna ask any more questions, but I don't like. I think we had good intent. I don't believe your story. I don't believe you is what I'm trying to say. And I don't like the way you wrote this. And I think if you were looking to publish this, you should have put this on Wattpad and not Reddit.
Amen.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't like this one very much. I'm not even gonna finish it because I'm not gonna read all that.
Because Bo didn't know what it was.
That's
Like,
real.
also, I didn't know what was happening. That
right?
Yeah.
I don't know what anything has to do with anything.
yeah.
So
Anyways, if anyone watching and or listening has any really good, interesting Reddit stories and Reddit threads that you would love to send to us for us to look into, please. That would be fun. We can do more of these episodes because I kind of just like exploring random places.
Yeah.
We're literally rambling about things that we read on Reddit, but mostly me to you. Yeah. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for hanging. You can find me at Brandon._.amore on TikTok and Instagram, and also just find me at Brandon Amore on any music listening platform. Listen to my song Fracture Me. I'm going to be using it for the intro and outro. There you can also find this podcast at Rambling About Things I Read on Reddit on YouTube, and then add Brandon Amore after that because the algorithm is really mean to us. So blame the algorithm, blame YouTube, talk to them, make them boost me. And Ronnie, go.
You can follow me at Ronnie Granados, RONNI, on Instagram and on TikTok at Ronnie Red, RONNII, Red, yeah.
Hi. You can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is shootthemessenger.mp3, and I run a radio show on KXLU Wednesday mornings, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And I play a plethora of things, including Brandon's songs. So
A plethora.
check out Brandon's music.
For real, for real.
And thank you guys for having me.
Anytime. Anytime.